Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy. Now, this is going to be my first full episode recap of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This is season 14. Episode 1. Let's get right on into it. So the episode opens up with what I've already talked about. We're not going to go into detail about that because the episode opens up with the trailer recap that I had already done. So, but we get a little more scenes with the other women, right? We find out what's going on with D-Lo. Now, I'm just joking. I don't like Dolores. Now, she thinks she plays Switzerland, but no. She plays up Teresa's. But Teresa has to be the most spoiled, rotten character on any show that's in the Bravo universe. And I'm pretty sure of that. Now, the weird thing about it is her star only began to rise when she flipped the table. And when she said, what did she say? You been married 4 times to prostitution whore. And then flipped the table. Guys, that did not excite me at all because I technically, back in that time, was on Danielle's side. And I tell you why. Because Dina Manzo, to me, was Teresa's lapdog. And as the years have gone by, she has stayed friends with her throughout the years and stayed friends with her over her sisters. Do you hear me? And when I tell you that Teresa has got to be the worst friend to anybody, Jennifer A. Okay, let's move right along. It's not a lot to this episode. It really got good at the end, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, like I said, because I talked about the barbecue and then, doing the nose thing for Jennifer A. And I just really want to talk about the party. So let's get on into the party, right? So everybody's getting ready for the party, and remember, it is Jen Fessel's 55th birthday. And they are talking about each other as they do. And they go back over the history between FUDA and Louis. And then Louis just so happens to get him. Let me stop right there. This is what I don't like about Louis the Lobster. He has a tendency to apologize. And when I say apologize, that means you're making a apology, but you're lying when you really don't want to do it to impress someone. And my thing is, Teresa is so gullible. Baby, she was gullible when she was married to Juicy Joe. And she gets into these relationships. It's the same person. She's marrying the same person over and over again. Because for her to be as wicked and as cunning as she is, how in the world does she let these men manipulate her mind the way that she does? It is absolutely, positively ridiculous. And she is stupid. Not a brain in there. Not a brain cell. Nothing. And I'm just trying to figure out what is it about this woman that attracts so many fans. She's obnoxious. She's rude. She's a liar. She's pushy. Bossy. Just nothing to write home about. But, Teresa's at home and, she's talking to her intrusive daughters. And when I say intrusive, I mean the situation with Joe and Melissa. And, of course, like I said, Gabrielle is getting ready to go to college. And it's nothing much to that. And this is at the table when she's fixed dinner for the whole family. And they just love the way she cooks. And now she's moved all in with Louis. And they look at the pictures of the wedding. I hated Teresa's hair at that wedding. She was very choicy, but at the same time, she looked a damn mess. They go through the pictures, and I couldn't understand why they thought it was okay to see no pictures of Joe. And then they do the compare and contrast about how she said nobody helped her move in. And then they show Joe helping her move in when one of her other girls went to college. I guess it was Gia. I never liked Gia. Never liked Gia. I thought she was spoiled, brat, bossy, young, too young to be so grown. I don't like grown kids. I like kids to be kids. I could say, I want to say she is an adult. I didn't like her when she was a child, so I could say that too. I can say what I want to say. I know what I see, and she started tweeting Melissa at around 17. No, unacceptable. That was for her parents to handle. She's never been in a child's place, in my opinion. But then we move on to Margaret, and Margaret has the same old life and the same old lines and the same old. Nothing different with Margaret. Boo-boo. Next. So, let me get to the party. What we really waiting for. So they ride down the road, and Jennifer Aiden and her monkey's asshole lips get in the car with Teresa, of course, because Lowy can't come, because Lowy, he has a businessman. Yeah, right. He cheating on you, girl. Allegedly. But she'll stay with him, girl. He can run all over her. She's a lap dog for dudes. So, but women, she has to get all up in women's faces. Then Jennifer, have you heard the news? Apparently, John FUDA, he likes to take it up the butt. That's what the women are saying on the internet. He loves double-sided dildos. So, and if he does, that's the stupidity of his ex-wife dropping that chick. So, apparently he loves women who have gone to jail like myself, because he said that, I was a good felon or whatnot. That's Teresa talking. Oh, girl, yes, I heard that he loves it up the butt. And this is what we have to be educated on. I learned a long time ago days with Dr. Sue Johansson. Me watching her in the middle of the night while I was down to the Jackson State at 17, 18 years old. Well, 18, because I went to college at 18. Ooh, I wasn't that smart. So, at 18 years old, down to the Jackson State, I'm watching Dr. Sue Johansson, and she clearly said the most intense orgasm that a man could have is through the butt. But what's the problem? At least he's not asking men to do it. If he's asking his wife to do it, and his wife, and they do so much stupid shit. Now, Jackie Gold-Snyder is in the picture, and she is getting on my nerves. I done fell out with her, by the way. I mean, she is no longer one of my favorite characters on the show because she's up Teresa's butt now. According to her, something has happened between her and Margaret, so she's falling out with Margaret. So, the men get into it at the party, just like the batches. Now, on this show, what I thoroughly enjoyed is no matter how many times the batches got out into it, with the exception of Joe, when the women got into it, the men stayed neutral. They would smoke cigars and drink and be merry, okay? Then we get Paulie. He decides he wants to get in John FUDA's ass about not meeting with Lobster Louie. Who cares? Who wants to meet with Lobster Louie? He's a jackass. A narcissistic scammer. And you know what? Luckily, Portia Williams has discovered that the young scammer, Simon Gubadia, if that's his real name, she discovered it before the show aired. Here we are still stuck in the same place that we were at the reunion. And what pissed me off about Paulie says that and agrees that Jen Fessler and Margaret had a plan. And that plan was to be executed, and it wasn't executed properly at the reunion. Who cares? It's no plan to take Teresa down. I mean, many have tried. The fans have tried. We don't like Teresa. She's a very unpopular character. Nobody likes Teresa. But yeah, tree huggers, they like Teresa. But they're probably just as airheaded as she is. I'm just saying. Because that's an airhead. And I personally just don't like stupid women. I'm just saying. That's just me. And Jackie, such a smart young lady. But now is snuggling up in her butt like Jennifer ain't. But Jennifer ain't has broken off just a little bit, because word on the street is Jennifer ain't is planning a friendship with Melissa, which goes to show you Melissa is not the problem. She's not. She's not the problem. She comes in, Melissa comes in, and she grabs Dolores by the butt. And I'm surprised Dolores still has the butt since she's taking all that old every child. But I ain't one to gossip, so you hadn't heard that from me. But anyway, the men are still arguing, right? And so Paulie is getting all up in FUDA's face, and FUDA is getting all up in Paulie's face. And FUDA says, look. You are going to mind your business. The fool didn't show up, and had he shown up at this party, then I would have talked to him here. This is not the time or the place, according to Paulie. Paulie said, no, you're supposed to meet in private. That's what men do. And Teresa's over there starting trouble with the women. She about to get things stirred up because what? Teresa can't go to somebody else's party and keep her damn mouth closed. So she's getting ready to turn up, right? So she goes up to Rachel, and Rachel is cordial with her. That's all she had to do. Poor Jen Fessler is up on the stage. When now, mind you, she's arrived and she is surprised. She's up on the stage giving her little speech, and she says, she throws out a shot at him. She says, despite everything going on, I am having a good time. Okay, so the candy lady is rolling around. And what do we have here? Mind you, FUDA and Paulie are still over there arguing. And now Dolores, her Ozempic, and her tan are getting stirred up. I don't like the argument. I don't like them arguing with Paulie. He's got to be the nicest guy here. No, ma'am. No, he's not. He got the mess started. He confronted FUDA first. And what is Teresa doing over there? Oh, she getting it popping. You know, he's the biggest drug dealer in Bergen County. I don't know what county she was saying because, you know, she got the heavy accent. So I thought she was saying Bergen County. Some county in the Georgia area, I assume. So here we go. Back to the women. So they get into it, and she says, well, I heard he was the biggest drug dealer because, you know, he was like, you know, Paulie told her that he likes women, you know, that had been in prison. And she was like, well, you know, I've been in prison, but that was really on my husband. No. Teresa, you were just stupid. And you were just where you need to be. Actually, I think you should have had a longer time, the way you were bragging on that house that Joe had built. Now, my thing about FUDA being a drug dealer, okay? If he was, and he served his time, and he's living off the monies that he had when he was a drug dealer, and he's no longer doing, why do we care? Why is this a problem? He has a family. Why is it? And the main problem I want to ask is, why is it a problem that he like the double-sided? So Rachel's like, you want to talk to my husband? There he is over there. Now, mind you, Danielle and FUDA have made up. You know, you remember about the blood sausage? That was so stupid. They should have been friends the whole time. Okay? But Danielle is not really in the mess right now. That's why I'm not really talking about her in this video. We are talking about the people who are involved deeply in the mess. Danielle is minding her own business. And besides, last season I didn't like Danielle, but it seems like she's going to try to maneuver through this group and just be the real person who's neutral so far, right? Of course, we know Margaret and her Arsenal honey child. You know, I don't dislike Margaret and her trout mouth. She's not my favorite character on the show, but I mean, I could take her or leave her. That's it. That is what it is there. So the women are still arguing, and then Teresa pulls out all the stops, and she's like, my husband is a great guy. And my husband, he tried to talk to your husband. And then she's like, well, so what? Here, there's food over there. Now, food, mind you, he's already had his argument with Polly. And Polly and Dolores are getting ready to leave. They can't take it no more. They fed up, child. And so here we go. And so FUDA and Teresa gets into it. And see, here's the thing that we have to understand when we dealing with these shows. Every woman on these shows will say that they hate to argue with men and that men should not get out in the gutter with the women. But as soon as Teresa opens her mouth, she zeroes in on FUDA and just snaps. And then what she like, yeah, you were the biggest drug dealer. You're the biggest drug dealer in so-and-so county. Girl. And you know what FUDA told her? He told her she was washed up. Did he call her a washed up has-been? I just hope that, as usual, what people do, that what Jackie Goldschneider has done, by the way. And by the way, one more thing. Goldschneider's husband is not the finest man on this show. Okay? Joe Gorgas is the finest man on this show. Joe, I don't usually like short and stocky men, but I just so love Joe's all-around personality. Goldschneider do not have the personality that Joe does, okay? So Joe is my favorite dude on this show. He will forever be my favorite dude on this show. And really, he is the show. He has the personality. He has a better personality and, you know, just better all-around people skills than Teresa. So I heard that the Joycey men are the only men that get paid. So, I mean, that makes sense. While I do feel that sometimes Atlanta men get into the mix, I think some of them should get paid too, but that's neither here nor there. Todd is not there no more. Todd should have been getting paid. Because I can get in the mix too. But yeah, so right now I'm looking back on all the men that get paid for appearing on the show, and that makes sense for those to be the only ones at this point. Because it's just like they have their own identity on the show outside of the women. It's just what it is. It just is what it is. It's with the exception of Louis. When I tell you, I cannot stand Louis. But anyway, point is, we're going to close here. With FUDA calling her a washed up has-man, which she is. And she decides she leaves. So I'm going to get some candy before I go. But she over there picking up all that candy and then putting out one piece in that bag because for the simple fact, she too busy running them big sausage lips. Shout out to FUDA for calling her sausage lips. And that, my friends, is going to be the end of this recap. Come on in. Commercial-free entertainment over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you will be notified when I upload a video. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces!